Social media copywriting tips without sounding spammy and salesy. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I'm going to share some strategies to help you create great content for social media and sell without feeling spammy, salesy, and really icky and awkward when you're selling. Social media is this incredible tool that we can reach people all over the world with the click of a button and talk to anyone, anywhere, and really build connection and sell. I've bought things from Australia, from the US, and I'm in the UK. And I'm sure you have done the same thing too. So, how can you harness this to write copy for your post that works? Well, the first thing you want to think about is telling stories about, guess who? The most important person in the world, your client. So always tell stories that have a, what do you think about this? And when you do this, so rather than it being me, I, it's about the client, it's about you. So that's really important to flip your copywriting so you think about the client and what they need to hear from you. Secondly, get really clear in the pain points. The pain points that you talk about in relation to what you're trying to sell and how best you can help your clients to overcome this pain point. So you tell a story about that pain point and you show how you overcame that pain point. Joseph Campbell and the hero story is one of my favorite things to talk about in the world. I love it. And imagine we are going along and we're ordinary Joe, guy or girl, and we're going along and suddenly we fall off a cliff and we're right down at the bottom of this steep ravine and we're really struggling. So we start climbing back out. And that's our inspirational story. That's our hero's journey. We start climbing back out. And the hero has to overcome lots of obstacles and challenges along the way. And they get to the top and hooray! They're a hero. But they're just ordinary Joe, but they're a hero. That is the hero's journey. And in the same way, that's what you want to do with your copywriting. You want to tell stories of how you overcame your challenges and your struggles, but you succeeded and you still overcame them to build whatever it is you're building, to create your successful business, and how you too can show others how they can do it. And when you follow that methodology, it makes it so much easier because you are constantly thinking, what's my story? What's the story that I can share with others? The particular struggle, the thing that you've overcome, the challenge, the difficulty, and how you overcame it. And the learning that you took from that you can share in your business. And the more that you share these stories really resonate with people. And the more you share them, the more important it is to get conversions and sales, because people identify with stories. People love stories. You think about the days of being around the campfire, when we were all, 200,000 years ago or whatever, as cavemen and women. And we loved stories. That's how we connect and converse. And so it's really important to share stories with others. If we just splattergun facts at people or just sell at them, then people don't resonate with that. They don't connect with it. So tell stories. They don't want an operating manual. I love reading, but do I ever read a manual of anything? No. But do I love a story of how somebody's overcome a challenge? Absolutely. And so share your stories. And the more you do it, the better you will get at telling stories and showing up and sharing those stories. And what you find is that the more you tell these stories, because you can tell them regularly, that you kind of develop a way of telling them. You have sort of emotional touch points that you connect with, but you also just you get to know that story. And so then it's easier for you to tell that story when it comes to being on LinkedIn Lives or Facebook Lives or whatever kind of video that you're doing. It's easier to simplify that story down into an Instagram reel or a TikTok video. And at the same time, you can then share that same story in your email. So always think about your content as multi-purpose. You're creating it for multi-platforms. And what you want to do is tell that story, use it on social media, but can you also use that story in an email? Can you share those emails with people that people really connect with and love those stories? So share those stories. And again, you're using that again, repurposing that content. Each time, think about the call to action at the end of either the social media post or the email. What do you want people to do? Do you want them to comment on the post? Do you want them to answer a question? Questions on social media posts are really successful. So make sure that you include a question. So ask people what people think about this particular topic. Ask people, what they're going to do, or wish you luck, or say congratulations. Give them a call to action so they know what to do. If you don't give them a call to action, they don't do anything. They might click the like button, but they don't know what to say. So you need to make sure that you've got that call to action in there. So you tell them what to do. You tell them to click the button below, you tell them to comment below, or however you want them to show up. So that is really important. The other thing that you can do is, make it simple for people, make it easy. Give them a suggestion of what to say, whether they want to type yes or no, or whether they want to say, I'm in, or whatever it is. Give them that, all the information. So all they need to do is I'm scrolling mindlessly. Oh, I need to say yes, or oh yes, I need to say I'm in, and they know what to do. And it that helps them, because remember, there is this social media scroll where people are just aimlessly scrolling. And finally, make sure when you've repurposed those posts to save those posts. Because actually, when you're having a week off or you're just not feeling that great, if you've got a bank of posts that you can use on your phone, that you can recycle 3 months later, no one, and I mean no one, is going to remember. And so it's very easy for you to recycle, repurpose, reuse, and get more sales. It is, I promise, no one's going to notice, no one's going to care. So I hope that's really helped you to get going. Think about your copywriting strategy when it comes to social media. I love social media, and I hope that you do too. Go all in on one platform. I've got lots of tips about social media, growing on various platforms. You can do this, okay? I know it can be scary showing up on social media, but the more that you do it, it's a muscle. It's a muscle that you use. And the more you use that muscle, the easier it gets. Cheering you on all the way. If you like this video, I would love you to subscribe. Please click the button below to subscribe or hit the bell. And I'll see you again soon. I share lots of tips and strategies all about social media, building and creating courses that sell to thousands of people, and growing your online business. Bye for now.